for those folks listening, what typically happens if you were to say, I do have a computer, they would say, well, we can tell that you have a virus, and they would walk you through being online, and in essence, their steps that they would walk you through would allow them access to your computer and to sensitive information, which is why it's best just to hang up the phone and certainly not to get on your computer. If you do go so far as to say, yes, I do have a computer, and they say you have a virus, at that point, then you just need to say thank you, and you would contact your antivirus software. But it's a phishing phone call, and certainly that's the way to go. My fear is if you were to say, give me your information and let me call you back, it wouldn't be the right information, or it wouldn't be something that we could follow up on.
Okay, yeah, because I did get the same call under my name before, and I knew right away it was a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you on the do not call list?
We are.
So how is she getting phone calls if she's on the do not call list?
People are disobeying the law.
Yes. And it sounded like it was, from another country, potentially, anyhow.
It's very hard to follow up on these things. Typically, when there's a do not call, you can write down the phone number if you have caller ID and report that. The challenge is that they have routers that it's never the same number. So it's very difficult to follow up on.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Call list, is that like on the internet?
Yeah, do not call.com. You can.
Okay. All right. I want to check on it.
Do not call.com. You can do it on the phone. You can do it online.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe
thanks
so.
a lot. 219 do not call.com.
I think so. We should verify that.
No, I did that once. And somehow this has to be
You have to re-up it. I think it's every 3 years. I'm trying to remember. I didn't look at it before I walked in, but you have to re-up it. And a lot of people haven't put their cell phones on there, so you need to do that as well.
219-845-1100. Gail Zurek's in here. Hey, what's up?
Good morning. Since you're on the subject, I have another phishing scam I wanted to bring to light to make other listeners aware. I've received multiple text messages over the last couple of months, and they tell me that my MasterCard account has been blocked, or they tell me my Visa account has been blocked. So out of curiosity, I finally went to a payphone, and I called this number. It's a very amateur automated system. They ask you for your MasterCard or Visa number, and then they ask you the expiration date, and then they ask you your PIN number. Now, obviously, I typed in all, false information, but I wanted to see who was on the other end of this. So I have the number here. If you want me to give the number out, if anybody receives a text message from this number, obviously just avoid it.
What happened once you entered the information?
First they ask you for your Visa or MasterCard number.
Right.
And so I entered a fake number.
Right.
And then after that, they ask you for the expiration date on your card. So I entered a fake expiration date. And then they asked me for a PIN number. And so I gave them a fake PIN number. And then after they got all that information, they said, thank you, your card has been unblocked. And it hung up on me.
Yeah, that's clearly phishing.
So I just wanted to bring that to light in case anybody else is receiving these text messages. Don't even bother calling them back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, what's your email?
My email is Gail, Gail, at neindianabbb.org. Might be the world's longest email address.
Yeah, neindiana.org. Gail, Gail. Send it to her, will you? Don't give it over to the air. You never know.
Or you can call me. Call my office and leave it on my voicemail, too.
And what's the number there?
My local number is 219-227-8400.
227-8400.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave the number on her voicemail.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's talk about that one. So they call them and say you're having trouble with your Visa. What's your number? What's your expiration? What's all the code on the back? And then they say, okay, great, you're unblocked. So now they have your information.
They do. At that point, then they can generate another card with your identical information on the magnetic strip, create a duplicate, and go out and use that card, which is why you don't want to give them that information. If you receive that call and you are worried that there might be fraudulent information with your card or that your card really is blocked, hang up the phone and dial the 1-800 number on the back of your actual card.
What do you mean they can generate a card with the same magnetic
Well,
strip?
if they have your information and they have the expiration date, and sometimes they'll ask for the 3-digit code on the back, they have computer programs that can create a new card and create a duplicate.
219-845-1100. Let's move along here. Gail Zurek is with the Better Business Bureau, how to be a better consumer, some of the scams you guys might have encountered. If you have any questions, comments, get it in now. Let's go to Mike from Griffith. Hey, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Now there's a buyer's market for the homeowners, people purchasing homes. We have a lot of houses built on with no basements, and what I've experienced is that if you don't have a reputable company that comes out to do your assessment, you can run into real trouble. I had a little bit of buckling in my sidewalk, and the gentleman told me, well, there's companies out there that could mud jack that up, and don't concern yourself. And then when we went ahead and went through the whole procedure and you sign off on it, you're signing off on it. Be sure that the foundation portion, because we're on a slab, and the footers and things of that nature were damaged in the home that I purchased. And unfortunately, he didn't indicate anything in the whole foundation section of the report. He left the entire thing blank. We went through the Better Business Bureau, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the guy, but it was real expensive to repair once that was done. So make sure that you go through a reputable company, and that you definitely he completes the entire report, because that was a real problematic area for us.
All right. Hey, man, sorry that happened.
Yeah.
Gail, what do you say about that? Thanks.
Mike, unfortunately, your lesson hopefully is a wise lesson for other people, and to spend time knowing, particularly in the real estate process, that you can choose the folks that are coming in and working with you. That's something that you can negotiate with the homeowner that you're purchasing the property from, and you do want to go with somebody that is reputable. We would say somebody who's accredited with the Better Business Bureau, so that there is an opportunity for recourse should something go wrong. And I'm terribly sorry that happened to you.
219-845-1100. Let's go to Trucker on line 6. Hey, Trucker.
Hey, Jed, how you doing?
What's up, man?
I got a question for Gail. I wanted to know if they're still having a lot of problems with the mortgage companies. Doesn't have to be any specific one, but if extra charges are being put out to people, if she's getting a lot of calls on that.
We were getting a lot of those calls a few years ago, and that seems to have stepped down a lot. The mortgage industry cleared house both by those that were legitimate and those that were not, and so a lot of the ones that were doing the things that they shouldn't be doing cleared out. That also happened because folks who were eligible for refinancing have gone that route. That's not to say that there still is an opportunity for that out there, and I still think that there is some amazing reputable mortgage companies out there, but we haven't seen the level of volume that we did a few years ago.